Teacher is from MusiKinder Art School. We are a group of young and passionate teachers here from Singapore. We are doing our weekly live Google Hangout on the topic of smart learning, how to do well for your ABRSM music exam. And today we are at session 9 and we are working on how to do well for the non-keyboard instruments, especially for the strings instruments. So for string instruments, there's also 4 sections they have to go. First, they have to play the 3 exam pieces, and they will have to play the scales also, and they have to play the scales also, and they will have the sight reading, and lastly, they will have the oral as other instruments. All right. And what is the duty? The difference from the string instruments is that we will need the accompanists to go in to play, namely for the 3 pieces. And sometimes for the 3 pieces, one will be for solo. So the accompanists will play 2 pieces. The whole procedure is that if you're below grade 1 to grade 5, the accompanists will go in together with the teachers, and the teachers will cue the violin first, and the teacher will leave the room. And the accompanist will start playing together with the candidates. And the accompanist will leave after the 3 pieces, and the candidate will go on to play the scales and the oral and the sight reading. That's the whole procedures about the exam. Now, a few things that we need to take note. What is the duty of the accompanist, and what are the things that we do during the practice? Before the candidates come in for the practice, what we do is that we have to ensure the student already know the notes. The student doesn't know the rhythm. The student know how to play the whole piece together before they come in together with the accompanists for the final practice. Right? So is there anything that you all observe or the teachers want to share some of the points?
I think it's important that my students, before they meet their accompanist for the first time, that they listen to the CD that is in every exam book in the last page, so that they can familiarize with the piano part themselves. Especially for the upper level students, they must listen to the CD along with their piano part.
Oh, this is very important. So the student must know, not only they know, it's very good because they already gotten their accompanist CD. So it's good for them to listen to the CD. So they read through the score and they go through, so they know what exactly happened to the accompanist, right? Yeah, that's good.
I think the length of the practice is actually very important. They should plan the practice with the accompanists maybe about 2 months before their exam, so they have ample time to structure their practice progressively, like do different sections for the first few sessions, and then towards the end of the last few sections, they can start running through the whole piece and their whole program with the accompanists.
Oh, all right. It's good tips. So we meet at least about 2 months before. But what are the things actually they have to look for when they practice? Do they actually just go through again, fast or the slow tempo, run 2, 3 times, and for next practice play it faster again? Or do they actually have to very specific practice certain things or elements?
There are several things. I think coordination is very important. Example on the rest, how to count accurately, and be aware on the tempo or speed change and play them and blend in together. The second is the balancing in dynamics, how loud or how soft, so they can have better control in playing them up.
Wow, that's very important. So there's the things that we need to look into, isn't it? We have to look into the coordination, then on the balancing and the dynamics. Also, how about the standing position? Is it important to check as well?
Yeah, I think the standing position is also very important because they have to work in a place that they need an eye contact so that they know when to come in together. Especially for the lower grades, they also need the teacher to prompt them in when to come in together.
Wow, that's also, we have to look into the standing position also, right, where they have the good eye contact. Very good. Who should we engage as the accompanist? Can we just get some of the students to play the accompaniment? Those who know how to play piano?
I think it's more preferable to get a professional accompanist or a teacher to to be the accompanist, because we need someone who is experienced to listen, guide, and support them. And not also that, we also need someone who is sensitive enough to correct the instrumentalists if they play wrongly.
Yeah, this is very important. So do not just get anybody that will not play the piano, who knows to play the piano. You get someone very, very capable on playing the instruments and be able to guide, also to correct the students, to inspire them, also to support them. Right.
Let's say I have a student who have a sibling who is grade 8 and he can play the piano. Is it a good idea to ask the brother or sister to be the accompanist for the exam?
Oh, it's always advantage you have your siblings who play the another instrument, because at home you can play together, isn't it? It is always very good idea for them to always practice together. So the more you play with the accompanist, the better you feel. It all depends. You see, that I would say, if let's say the siblings already gotten the diplomas at the diploma level, and maybe the instrumentalist, maybe the violinist is only a grade 1 or grade 2, I think it is okay. Because for the musicianship and the ability and technique, these students, accompanists can actually support the violinist. It's not a problem at all. And you need to engage someone to listen to it. I mean, the teachers have to be there. The teacher will tell the accompanist what you need to do. So they will practice it again and again. It's not advisable. Let's say you are playing a grade 6 violin and your accompanist is over a grade 6 violin, a piano student. So I don't think this is comfortable, right? You need to get someone who is really higher than you to be able to be in a position to guide you and to inspire you. Yeah, that is my opinion.
Some violin teachers, for example, the student's principal violin teacher, some violin teachers that I know can also play the piano. Do you think it is advisable that the violin teacher can accompany their own students?
It is always an advantage again if the violin teachers themselves play the piano. I think is a plus, because and every part, let's say you work on a short session, immediately you can play the piano part and ask the student to listen. That's how it is supposed to sound like when you play with the instruments together. I do see that sometimes when the teacher is playing the piano, you do have some blind spot because you can't see actually how the student present and the sound and all this. So I would say if the teachers do the accompaniment themselves, the violin teachers play the piano and play the accompaniment, it would be good that you engage a third party for 1 of the practice or 2 of the practice and maybe the last month of the practice, so you do see and know things, the area that you need to improve as a whole. All right, that's good. Yeah.
How about the place that the accompanists and the violinists practice? What if they cannot book the exam room for all the sessions of their practice? Is there some alternatives that they could practice?
Oh, this is a good question. You know what? For pianists, we don't even think of the carry our piano and the practice somewhere, right? We just go to the room and we settle down and we play. But I think for string instrument is very different because they have to tune the strings. They have to, and the string instrument is actually a very sensitive instrument. And sometimes the way the tone that you produce, it changes according to the place. For example, when you play the open space and you play in the aircon place, it's all different. The temperature change and the sounds also change. How much you produce the sound, how much weight that you do, it's all different, change according to the acoustic of the room. So let's say you actually can't practice all the sessions in the exam room, but you know how big is the exam room? Try to get a similar type of a setting. Maybe you practice in the studio. All right. If the size of the rooms is about maybe about a room size, then you try to get a room size for the practice. Don't practice in the open space. Don't practice in a hall. All right. So this is how we do. Now coming back to this, why is it important for us to arrange all this? You know, some parents they don't understand. They say, why must we arrange this so to play? You know, it's very troublesome that we have to come and travel another time. But remember, all these instruments are melody instruments. It's called a melody instrument because most of the time, especially for lower grade, they were playing a single melody. So as the string instruments, they are not enjoying playing in the orchestra effect, not so much. So I think accompanist is very good for them to come in and listen to the harmony, so you can help them to better understand the character and the structures of the piece. So I think this is very important. This is the reason why we arrange accompanist. So practice as much as possible if it's possible that you can get the accompanist. Another reminder is that string instruments, you need to change to a good string and change to a good, like for example, dominant string a month before your exam. 1 month before exam, try to change the string first. And also you must ready another additional pair of the strings inside your casing, just in case that anything happens, like the string breaks or whatever, so you can actually get it replaced immediately. All right. So I hope these sessions will really help you and inspire you a little bit of how you prepare if you are the string player. All right. And this is Teacher Liz again from MusiKinder Art School. Wish you all the best in learning. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.